Welcome back to my channel. So in this video we are going to learn about solid design principles, like what are the solid design principles are. So yeah, let's start this video. So first of all we are going to understand what are the solid principles. So basically solid is a five design principles which is basically a software design which is used to make our design more understandable, flexible and maintainable. Okay, so in the solid principles, what does S stands for? So the S stands for the single responsibility principle. Basically in the short form we are saying we say that as a SPR principle. Okay, and the next character which in the solid comes is O. So O stands for the open closed principle, which is basically an acronym for OCP. And L is the Liskov substitution principle, which is LSP. And I stands for the interface segregation principle, ISP in the short form. And D stands for the dependency inversion principle. Basically in a short form is DIP. So these are all its short form name. So basically if I summarize this, what are the solid principles are? So basically the solid principles are the software designs which is used to make our code more flexible, understandable and maintainable. Yeah, so let's go to the next slide. And the next question which comes in our mind is, why do we need solid? Okay, so how does it help us and how does it help our code? Okay, so first point is it reduces the code complexity. Each principles help in breaking down the complex system. Basically this point is telling you that if we follow the solid principle, it will make our code less complex. Okay, and the next point is improves maintainability. So it is easier to modify and extend. Basically the maintainability is most important part whenever we design our app or whenever we write a code. So we write a code not for the today, but we write a code so that it can go on for the longer time of period. So if we make it for the future, then it should be in the manner that we can able to maintain it with a little bit of modification. It's not like that if we decided to modify something in our code, so we have to do a lot of changes in our apps or in our code. And the next point is it enhances the reusability. So basically reusability means where we have a smaller parts of the code we have written and we can use it anywhere in our system. So we can reuse our code in the you can say different modules or different components, and it reduces the side effects. So basically the side effect means whenever we change, I have already explained this point, but let's say whenever you decide to change in one module, so it doesn't break the other modules. So basically you are changing, let's say you are changing some one feature, you have came with one feature and you are doing the modification in that feature. Let's say you are doing the modification in the login feature. Let's say user is trying to log in, so it will not break the other feature. Let's say sign up feature or the notification feature. So it should be, it doesn't have any it should reduce the side effects. And the most important part is testability. So if we follow the solid design principle, we can use it should be easy for testing purposes. We write code and we write its test cases. So if we follow proper solid design principle, if we follow all the principle of the solid design, then it is easier for us to write the unit test cases, because the unit test cases is also one of the most important factor in the coding part. Okay, let's say you write some code, so you test that code, you write the test cases for that code. So the if you follow, or if your code is written in well manner, structured, it follows the solid principle, it follows all the required principle, kiss principle, dry principle, solid principle. So if it follows all the principles, then it is easier for us to write the unit test cases. Okay, so now we are going to see what are the benefits of the solid design principle. Okay, so I guess we have already covered this benefits in the why we need the solid principle, but let's revise it again. So first of all, it is easier to understand the code. If you write a code in a well structured manner, so and if you are writing the code, you are not writing the code for yourself, but you are writing the code for a company. So in a company, there are many developers who are working on the same project. So if you have written a code which follows all the required principle that you need, so the other developers can easily understand your code. The next point is easier to test. Yeah, if you have written the code in a well structured manner and you have followed all the principles, so it is easier to write the test cases, and it encourages the reusability. So basically it's the same point that we can reuse the one part of code to the another part or another features, and it avoids the breaking of the existing functionality whenever you try to add a new feature. So this part is the main important part, when because we write a we in the software industry, whenever you work on a project, so let's say you have worked on one feature, after some time you may have to work on another feature. So if you try to include that feature in your existing app, so your code should be written in that way that it should not break the existing functionalities. If you are trying to add a new feature, let's say you have a notification system, okay, but for the let's say for next feature, your company is saying that you have to implement a push notification as well. So whenever you're writing a code for the push notification, or you are adding a push notification feature to your existing app, so your app should not break your app or your feature should not break the email notification or other notification which may you have, or any other part of the code. And the next point is it supports the agile and iterative development. So these all are it's the benefits of the solid design principles. So let's say, okay guys, so this is it for the this part of the video, and for the next in the next video we are going to understand each, let's say each points, or each, you can say each words or each characters of this solid. So yeah, that's it guys. Goodbye.